Mr. Clever is a story about being boastful and what can happen if you think you know everything. I like the design of Mr. Clever, I like how bright he is. The glasses may be a little bit stereotypical, but I think it works well. And we learn that Mr. Clever thinks he knows everything and he lives in a land. And my cat apparently agrees that Mr. Clever knows everything. He lives in a land where everything's very clever and everything's well designed. Designed it? Clearly, I'm not clever. Designed. And as you can see, the worms can drive cars, the flowers can move. But he gets a bit too big for his boots. And Mr. Greedy asks to tell him a recipe, but Mr. Clever doesn't know a recipe. Mr. Happy asks to tell him a joke. He doesn't know any jokes. And he learns that actually, for boasting about feeling clever, he can't do very much or say very much to help other people. And that's largely, and I like this bit here, it says, but I don't know your name. I only just met you. And he's basically saying, well, you're busy boasting about being clever. You're not even asking people their names. You're not taking an interest in other people. And just because you're clever at some things, it doesn't mean you know everything, and you shouldn't boast about it. And I think that that's a really good message and something that's definitely worth championing, because being boastful is a pretty terrible trait, and nobody likes anybody who boasts. I think it's quite a nice story. It's very self-contained. I think it works quite well. The character design isn't completely my favourite. The more I look at the ears, the more they don't seem right. I'm not sure exactly why that is, but I think it works quite well. The message is very clear. He definitely gets his comeuppance. I think it's a pretty good, fun story. I don't remember it from my childhood. Was this released when I was younger? Yes, definitely. 1978. It's one of the original batches. Mr. Clever is number 37. Not my all-time favourite. Maybe because it speaks to me a bit too much. Who knows? I think it's important to remember that just because you know something, you shouldn't boast about it. It's not a bad book at all.